Signs of a changing world, the mystery behind oarfish sightings, whale deaths, and tortoise decline. Introduction. The interconnectedness of nature. Discuss how seemingly unrelated phenomena, oarfish sightings, whale deaths, and tortoise decline, may be interconnected signs of a changing planet. The role of climate change and human activity. Introduce the idea that these events are not random but are influenced by broader environmental shifts. Purpose of the article: to explore the scientific, cultural, and ecological significance of these events and what they reveal about the state of our world. Chapter 1: The Enigmatic Oarfish. 1.1 What are oarfish? Description of the oarfish, the longest bony fish in the world, deep-sea dwellers, and their elusive nature. 2.1 Whales as indicators of ocean health. The ecological role of whales, keystone species, carbon sequestration, and their importance to marine ecosystems. Why whale deaths are a cause for concern. 2.2 Recent trends in whale strandings. Statistics and case studies: humpback whales, gray whales, and sperm whales. Geographic hotspots: North America, Europe, and Australia. 2.3 Causes of whale deaths. Human activities. Ship strikes and collisions. Entanglement in fishing gear. Noise pollution from shipping in military sonar. Environmental factors. Ocean warming and its impact on prey availability. Harmful algal blooms and toxins. Plastic pollution and ingestion of marine debris. 2.4 Conservation efforts. International policies and agreements to protect whales. The role of NGOs and local communities in whale conservation. Success stories and ongoing challenges. Chapter 3: The Decline of Tortoises. 3.1 Tortoises as symbols of longevity and resilience. The ecological role of tortoises: seed dispersers, ecosystem engineers. Cultural significance: symbols of wisdom, endurance, and stability. 3.2 Threats to tortoise populations. Habitat loss. Urbanization, agriculture, and deforestation. Climate change and desertification. Illegal wildlife trade. Demand for tortoises as pets or in traditional medicine. Smuggling networks and their impact on wild populations. Disease. The spread of pathogens due to human activity. Case studies of tortoise populations affected by disease. 3.3 Conservation successes and failures. Breeding programs and reintroduction efforts. Protected areas and their effectiveness. The role of education and community involvement. Chapter 4: The Bigger Picture. 4.1 Climate change as a common thread. How rising temperatures, ocean acidification, and extreme weather events are affecting marine and terrestrial ecosystems. The interconnectedness of species and habitats. 4.2 Human impact on the planet. Overfishing, pollution, and habitat destruction. The need for sustainable practices and policies. 4.3 The role of science and technology. Advances in monitoring and conservation. The importance of citizen science and public awareness. Chapter 5: What can we do? 5.1 Individual actions. Reducing plastic use, supporting sustainable seafood, and minimizing carbon footprints. Volunteering for conservation projects and spreading awareness. 5.2 Policy and global cooperation. Strengthening international agreements on climate change and biodiversity. Holding corporations and governments accountable for environmental damage. 5.3 Hope for the future. Stories of resilience and recovery in nature. The power of collective action to create positive change. Conclusion. Recap of the interconnectedness of oarfish sightings, whale deaths, and tortoise decline. A call to action: the need to address the root causes of these phenomena. Reflection on humanity's role in shaping the future of the planet. Chapter 1: The Enigmatic Oarfish. 1.1 What are oarfish? The oarfish, Regalicus glesn, often referred to as the king of herrings, is a creature shrouded in mystery. As the longest bony fish in the world, it can reach lengths of up to 36 feet, 11 meters, or more. With its slender, ribbon-like body and shimmering silver scales, the oarfish is a sight to behold. Despite its impressive size, it is rarely seen by humans, as it inhabits the deep ocean, typically at depths of 200 to 1,000 meters, 656 to 3,280 feet. Oarfish are characterized by their elongated dorsal fins, which run the length of their bodies, and their small, toothless mouths. They feed primarily on plankton, small fish, and squid, using a method known as ram feeding to capture prey. Their elusive nature has made them a subject of fascination for scientists and the public alike. 1.2 Recent oarfish sightings. In recent years, there has been a noticeable increase in oarfish sightings, particularly in regions like Japan, the Philippines, and the western coast of the United States. These sightings often involve oarfish washing ashore or being found in shallow waters, which is highly unusual given their deep-sea habitat. Japan, in 2010, 2 oarfish were found off the coast of Japan within a week of each other. This event sparked widespread media coverage and speculation, as oarfish are traditionally seen as harbingers of earthquakes in Japanese folklore. Philippines, in 2015, a 15-foot oarfish was discovered by fishermen in the Philippines. The fish was already dead when found, but its appearance was seen as a rare and significant event. California, in 2013, 2 oarfish were found off the coast of Southern California within a short period. One of the fish measured 18 feet long, while the other was an astonishing 14 feet. These sightings prompted marine biologists to investigate potential causes. 1.3 Scientific explanations. The increase in oarfish sightings has led to a variety of scientific theories about what might be driving these deep-sea creatures to the surface. Ocean warming. One of the most compelling explanations is the impact of climate change on ocean temperatures. As the oceans warm, deep-sea ecosystems are being disrupted, potentially forcing oarfish to seek new habitats or follow their prey into shallower waters. Disruption of ocean currents. Changes in ocean currents, driven by climate change, could also play a role. These currents are crucial for distributing nutrients and maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. Disruptions could lead to shifts in the distribution of species, including oarfish. Seismic activity. In Japanese folklore, oarfish are known as ryugu no tsukai or messengers from the sea god, and their appearance is often associated with impending earthquakes. While this connection is not scientifically proven, some researchers have speculated that oarfish may be sensitive to changes in the Earth's crust, such as seismic activity or underwater tremors, which could drive them to the surface. 1.4 Cultural and mythological perspectives. The oarfish holds a unique place in the cultural and mythological traditions of various societies, particularly in Japan. Known as Ryugu no Tsukai, the oarfish is believed to be a messenger of the sea god Ryujin. According to legend, the appearance of an oarfish is a warning of an impending natural disaster, such as an earthquake or tsunami. Japanese folklore. The connection between oarfish and earthquakes dates back centuries. In 2011, following the devastating Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, there was renewed interest in this folklore, as several oarfish had been sighted in the preceding months. Modern interpretations. While scientists caution against drawing direct links between oarfish sightings and earthquakes, the folklore persists. Some researchers suggest that the oarfish's sensitivity to environmental changes could make it a useful indicator species for monitoring ocean health. 1.5 The role of oarfish in marine ecosystems. Despite their elusive nature, oarfish play an important role in deep-sea ecosystems. As predators of small fish and plankton, they help regulate populations and maintain the balance of marine food webs. Their presence in the deep ocean also makes them valuable indicators of the health of these largely unexplored environments. Biodiversity indicators. The presence of oarfish in an area can signal a healthy and diverse ecosystem. Conversely, their absence or unusual behavior could indicate environmental stress or disruption. Scientific research. Oarfish are of great interest to marine biologists, as their deep-sea habitat makes them difficult to study. Advances in technology, such as remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and deep-sea cameras, have allowed researchers to learn more about these enigmatic creatures. 1.6 The future of oarfish research. As climate change continues to impact the world's oceans, understanding the behavior and ecology of deep-sea species like the oarfish will become increasingly important. Researchers are working to develop new methods for studying these elusive creatures, including tagging and tracking programs, genetic studies, and collaborations with local communities to document sightings. Citizen science, public involvement in documenting oarfish sightings can provide valuable data for researchers. Apps and online platforms allow people to report sightings and contribute to scientific knowledge. Conservation efforts, while oarfish are not currently considered endangered, their sensitivity to environmental changes makes them a species of concern. Protecting their deep-sea habitats and addressing the root causes of climate change are essential for their survival. Chapter 2: The Tragic Rise in Whale Deaths. 2.1 Whales as Indicators of Ocean Health. Whales, the gentle giants of the ocean, are more than just majestic creatures, they are vital indicators of the health of marine ecosystems. As apex predators and keystone species, whales play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of oceanic food webs. Their presence, behavior, and population trends provide valuable insights into the state of the oceans. Ecological role: whales contribute to nutrient cycling through their feeding and excretion patterns. For example, when whales feed in deep waters and surface to breathe, they release nutrient-rich fecal plumes that fertilize phytoplankton, the foundation of marine food chains. Carbon sequestration: whales also play a role in mitigating climate change. When they die, their massive bodies sink to the ocean floor, sequestering carbon for centuries. This process, known as whale fall, creates unique ecosystems that support deep-sea life. Bioindicators: changes in whale populations, such as strandings or deaths, often signal broader environmental issues, such as pollution, habitat degradation, or climate change. 2.2 Recent trends in whale strandings. In recent years, there has been a disturbing increase in whale strandings and deaths worldwide. These events have been documented across multiple species, including humpback whales, gray whales, and sperm whales, and in various regions, from North America to Europe and Australia. North America, along the U.S. East Coast, an unusual mortality event, UME, was declared for humpback whales in 2016. Since then, hundreds of humpback whales have been found dead, with many showing signs of human-related injuries, such as ship strikes or entanglement in fishing gear. Europe, in the North Sea, sperm whale strandings have become more frequent. In 2016, 29 sperm whales were found stranded along the coasts of Germany, the Netherlands, and the UK. Many of these whales were young males, far from their typical habitats in warmer waters. Australia, in 2020, one of the largest mass strandings in history occurred in Tasmania, where over 450 pilot whales became stranded. While mass strandings are not uncommon for pilot whales, the scale of this event raised concerns about changing ocean conditions. 2.3 Causes of whale deaths. The rise in whale deaths is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. While natural causes, such as disease or predation, play a role, human activities and environmental changes are increasingly to blame. Human activities. Ship strikes: as global shipping traffic increases, so does the risk of collisions between ships and whales. Large vessels often travel at high speeds, making it difficult to avoid whales. Injuries from ship strikes are often fatal, with whales suffering from broken bones, internal bleeding, or propeller wounds. Entanglement in fishing gear: whales frequently become entangled in fishing nets, lines, and traps. This can lead to severe injuries, infections, or drowning. Even if whales manage to free themselves, the stress and energy expenditure can have long-term consequences. Noise pollution: the oceans are becoming noisier due to shipping, military sonar, and offshore drilling. Whales rely on sound for communication, navigation, and hunting. Noise pollution can disrupt these behaviors, leading to disorientation, strandings, or even death. Plastic pollution: whales often mistake plastic debris for food, leading to ingestion. This can cause blockages, internal injuries, or starvation. In 2019, a dead sperm whale washed ashore in Indonesia with over 13 pounds of plastic waste in its stomach. Environmental factors. Ocean warming: rising sea temperatures are altering the distribution of prey species, forcing whales to travel farther or into unfamiliar territories in search of food. This can lead to malnutrition, weakened immune systems, and increased vulnerability to disease. Harmful algal blooms: climate change is contributing to the proliferation of harmful algal blooms, HABs, which produce toxins that can accumulate in the food chain. Whales that consume contaminated prey may suffer from poisoning or death. Loss of habitat. Coastal development, oil and gas exploration, and other human activities are encroaching on critical whale habitats, such as breeding and feeding grounds. This disruption can have cascading effects on whale populations. 2.4 Conservation efforts. Despite the challenges, there are ongoing efforts to protect whales and mitigate the threats they face. These efforts involve a combination of scientific research, policy changes, and community engagement. International agreements. Organizations like the International Whaling Commission (IWC) work to regulate whaling and promote whale conservation. The Marine Mammal Protection Act (MMPA) in the United States and similar laws in other countries provide legal protections for whales. Technological innovations. Advances in technology, such as acoustic monitoring and satellite tagging, are helping researchers track whale movements and identify high-risk areas for ship strikes or entanglement. Public awareness. Campaigns by NGOs and conservation groups aim to raise awareness about the threats facing whales and encourage sustainable practices, such as reducing plastic use and supporting whale-friendly fishing methods. Rescue and rehabilitation. Organizations like the Marine Mammal Center and SeaWorld Rescue work to rescue, rehabilitate, and release stranded or injured whales. These efforts, while challenging, have saved numerous lives. 2.5 The bigger picture. The rise in whale deaths is not just a tragedy for these magnificent creatures, it is a warning sign for the health of our oceans. Whales are deeply interconnected with marine ecosystems